first start with the title. The title was The New North-South Gate. So this is the impact of film and mass media with us together, with the people from the North and the South itself. It means, as the former speaker said, about Nollywood in Nigeria. We are from Cameroon. This is the South-South interaction. It's more now, let's say, common in Africa now, through the mass medias and the film. So I will not insist so long. We make a short overview of the agenda. So first will be film in Africa. Filmmaker, blogs, and e-platforms. Internet in Africa, the fact and figures. Internet on economic level. Internet, a cultural and social catalyst. Internet and film as political tools. So, film in Africa. It is now a very powerful and common tool that film is taking a very big place in the Africa community. Before, we were having this tradition of la case et le feu du bois. This means a small house, which many generations from grandpa to the little son were sitting in the evening and hearing stories. The stories were mostly told by elder people, and the aim of these stories was to teach to the younger ones a lesson for the life. And it was sometimes told and retold and insist so that the children will take something from the story. Compared to today, the younger ones are a little bit having a more, I call it here, a clearer visual fantasy, because they have everything already on film and it is implemented from today to tomorrow in the brain, and you don't have a lot of time to have fantasies. I'm just going fast because, so what was again the next one? This is, the older people on my time, they were like filmmakers, but today, filmmakers are the new storytellers. So I want to insist in the responsibility of the filmmakers in Africa. I come again back to what about Nollywood they were telling about. It is the story of African by Africans that some Africans wanted to see and like them. It is also a story of African that would like to show Africa from inside to the rest of the world. So the big responsibility today in the globalization is how to show ourselves with the respect of the tradition and to be understood also, and how to capture this tradition oral, this oral tradition that used to be the mass media on that time, and translate with the new media and to be understood. I hope you people are getting me. So the big tools that we have today in Africa is like internet, the blogs, and internet platforms. These have changed this living room atmosphere, or this la case en feu de bois, to living rooms, to places like cinemas, or bigger houses, because for some decades there were small houses, but now the families are growing bigger and developing themselves, so they have better living places. Okay, so we jump faster to internet, the fact and figures in Africa. We know now that internet is like, no, the mobile phone first is like the computer of the African, because now a lot of family doesn't have computers, but with their mobile phone, with Wi-Fi connections, they are all over trying to have internet, and from this internet, then they are connected to the rest of the world. And with this connection to the rest of the world, they have a bigger flow of information. They have a better way of education. And it is also, oh, I'm a bit lost, but because I always translate from English to French, and sometimes I'm lost. In this third part, okay, the internet in Africa, the fact and figures. So the coverage of mobile phone in Africa, now that we are about 500 million, until 2016, we'll be having about 1 billion of connectivity. With this graphic, when you see from the other side, the million of population, by the side, the years from 2000 to 2016, what will be happening, and from the other side, the proportion and the rates of the connectivity. We see that it is growing faster than nowhere in the world. And coming to the title, that's the new North and South Gate. There was never an instrument that connect the North and the South so fast like the internet now. Because if I call someone now in my village and tell him I'm now in the in the Institute of Cultural Diplomacy, he might see me now from Skype. And before, with letters, writing, or telex or whatever, it was always so difficult from even in the town or in the city to communicate. So now Africa, with these new tools, is not more a lost continent or a non-developed continent, but we are also adapting. It's not that easy, but going also faster to cope with the rest of the world. The world, I might not have the words to explain because I'm making films, but the aim of this presentation today is to témoignage, I don't know, is to witness that the world is changing, and these changes, we are witnessing them, and I'm very grateful that we interact like this together, because things like film festival for us was always the business of other people. But now that we are included and that we are making together, I'm then using this podium also to call and that we should continue working like this together, because those that have the will, that the North and the South should find a real platform to exchange in the future, will always have the energy for do that. The next was like internet as economic lever. In some countries, the diaspora send money home with SMS. So it is like the new type of Western Union and so on. Before, I'm from West Cameroon. We grew up nearly in the plantation, cafe, cacao, and so on. We never know how much will be the kilo of the coffee at the end of the year. So you keep working And at the end of the year, someone can say, hey, there was so much coffee in Cote d'Ivoire or in Colombia, so you have to put the price down. So they sold. But today, with internet, the farmer sees a bit what is happening in the London Stock Exchange, wherever. So to have to have the information, yeah, and the motivation to keep doing his job. Yeah, there's another point here. This internet reduced the cost of travel. Of course, before it was like if you need something, you need to travel. I don't have to explain this. You understand when you're from a small country like mine with less infrastructure, you spend a lot of money on travel, which is also, like he said, his father died from a car accident, sometimes because the roads are not that adequate for the travel. Okay, the other points like improving agricultural efficiency, improving job search. Yeah. Good. On this page is mostly again about the use of the mobile phone in Africa. Here in Europe, you usually use the computer to work, but in Africa, the mobile phone, most with dry J on brighter band, do the job. Okay, like things are growing fast and the internet providers worldwide maybe are still thinking how we can work together and see how maybe to make some low-cost computer, because the problem is not the computer only. It's only source. It goes together with the energy to socket the batteries and whatever, no matter where you are around the countryside. If you have enough electricity to have this, but with a mobile phone, it is at the same time something to call, and with this internet and the Wi-Fi spots. I wanted to insist again about the impact of these medias in the development of Africa. Is that the younger one today in Africa that are having their information from internet, that want a modern life, but somehow that are missing this oral tradition that we went through before we are experiencing this also. We, filmmakers from Africa, like me, are mostly interested to see how to catch the knowledge of the ancestors and to see how to find a sucker, how you can get it and explain it for someone that even for a non-Africa or that for an Africa born on another time. That was nearly what I wanted to say. It could be more, but the rest